earth was going on there? That's never happened before. Blimey. I reckon it's because I had the words Trump in there and Elon Musk, because, yeah, he's trying to stop me, he is. Yeah, that Elon Musk. You know what he's like. Horrible little man that he is. With his moobs. Yes, he's got moobs. I haven't unpert me. Well, let me just bring up the YouTube in here. Sorry about that. There's a bit of a weird stuff going on there. It didn't want to show my pretty face. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, no, definitely not. All right. Have we got audio? Let's have a look. There you go. Yes, I got audio. Excellent. Oh, blimey, that threw me. That's now what. Now, why am I here again? Oh, okay, I'll talk a little bit about stuff, don't I? We've got a lot going on in the world, haven't we? A lot of madness, and I'm just turn the audio off. That madness going on. Yeah, the world's completely bonkers. It really has. And well, you know what's going on in the United States at the moment? I thought, my God, these selections. Okay, one's just dropped out. Yeah, Matt Gaetz. He likes 17-year-olds, you see. Yeah. And to save embarrassment, what did he do? Well, he stepped down, didn't he? But he's still embarrassed. And these others, oh my God, I think one of the most scary ones, though, has got to be RFK. Bobby Kennedy. He has got to be the most scary health witness. If he was the environment secretary or something like that, that might have been quite a good pick for a Trumpian. Because he was involved with that before, wasn't he? But he's gone right down that old conspiracy theorist tinfoil hat. It's pandemic and all that. He was involved making this documentary film, and it's just about the pandemic, basically the pandemic. So it's all down to the pharmaceutical companies and stuff like that. It's this massive conspiracy theory that's all about feeding what they want. He's talking about the elites and stuff, isn't he? And quite frankly, all these lot are, and they're in that category. They are the elites. It's just, that kind of mentality really just blows my mind. That those who've got nothing or very little are voting for somebody who has got absolutely everything and is about to suck the American people dry through the IRS and what have you, tax dollars and stuff, and send it all to Putin. It's crazy. The whole thing is absolutely bonkers. Well, Putin needs the money. Let's be fair. He does need the money. This war in Ukraine it's cost him what, 385 billion this year alone. 385 billion. That's a huge amount of dough, isn't it? No, what's their national debt? About 36 trillion at the moment in the United States. 36 trillion. Yeah, there's a percentage of the GDP. I don't know what that works out at, but in GDP in the United States, what's that at the moment? It's about 20. Is it 23 or has it gone up? I think it went up under Biden, didn't it? It used to be around 23 trillion. And the EU was around 16 and the UK 2.7. So it's around 100% of GDP in the UK is the debt. So you've got a massive problem in the United States. Elon Musk is right on that one. But you see, the thing is, we've got Elon Musk. We've got Donald Trump who wants to borrow more money for his plans. Yeah, probably just send it over to Putin. To borrow more money. Yeah, Elon Musk is saying he doesn't want to borrow more. He wants to reduce the national debt. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If it does, they need, the United States, like the United Kingdom as well, needs more money just to meet the current demand. That's why we have a debt. That's why it keeps growing, because we're not having enough money come in to cover our expenditure. Yes, you can make savings. You have an austerity. We tried that, didn't we? Failed miserably, it did, in the United Kingdom. Part of our troubles, amongst other things. One of the things I believe in the United Kingdom was a major mistake was holding the interest rates down too low. It basically disguised the fact that we had very low growth in the United Kingdom by keeping the interest rates ridiculously low. So everything else looks like it was growing, like house prices 15% every year. All that does is squeeze people even more in the pocket, because we've got a dwindling portfolio of properties for people to buy, since the house prices are growing as well, and the house builders don't want to build more houses. They just don't. They'll build them, but they want to manage the level to keep the house prices high. It's all about obviously the profit margins. They want to maintain it, don't they? Yeah, they can sit on it as long as they want. They're still making their billions and billions and billions, aren't they? They don't care about the likes of you and I, or it's no, they don't give the squad. The same in the United States. You've got a housing shortage over there, and there's been promises regarding building more houses. But where's that in the Trump's flipping manifesto promises about building more houses? Where is that? I haven't seen anything about that. I don't think he mentioned it. And yet the ordinary folk, the MAGA lot, quite frankly, ain't got a brain cell between them, because there's something seriously going wrong there. Who on earth believes the stuff that come out of Trump's mouth? The largest search term post-Trumpian election is, well, what is a tariff? What? How do you not know what a tariff is? This is just madness. Such a lack of education, ignorance, and it's madness. It's like the United States. It's annoying. It's like in Russia, what have you, regarding propaganda, what have you. Tell the people a whole load of lies, and because they keep getting told it again and again, they tend to believe it. And just like Boris Johnson in the United Kingdom, when he was the Prime Minister, tell them a load of lies, and also the referendum vote for Brexit. Lie. Eventually it sinks in, everybody thinks it's true. Unless you kind of like got a brain cell, at least one. The tariffs are going to cripple the United States. It's going to cripple the United Kingdom and the EU. It's going to make... We do so much trade with you guys over there. We do. Huge amount of trade. Okay, the United Kingdom's trade with the EU is greater than what it does with the United States. But still, it's a massive amount. And it's not just the trade, it's also regarding the finished products, it's components, parts, what have you, and minerals and all that sort of stuff, which have been squeezed by China at the moment. They're putting sanctions on absolutely everything. And there's a variety of reasons why obviously Putin wants to get Ukraine. It's not just about gaining more of their, more territory. There's a lot of mineral deposits in Ukraine. Huge amount. It's painful to see, actually. It's painful to see, and it's how far people have fallen into this abyss. And stuff that seems sort of logical to anyone who just gives it a little bit of thought. But these people, yes, you're right. Technologic 21. Hello there. Tariffs will grind the economy to a halt. Yeah. 10-20% tariffs on the United Kingdom and the EU. 60% tariffs on China. Chinese products are in absolutely everything. And what does Trump say? Oh, you won't be paying the tariffs. They will be paying the tariffs. And pass it on to you. Well, exports pay the tariffs. It's pay the poor. It's madness. We are going... regarding the environment now, I think that's it. After the COP29, what do they agree? Nothing, pretty much. Nothing. Half the women people have walked out on it. You've got that little squirmy little geezer, whatever, little greasy bugger in Argentina. They're pretty much pulled out of the Paris Accord and that as well. Obviously, got Trump as pulled out of that. He did last time, didn't he? We're doomed. The end is nigh. So okay, I've got some serious advice for you. Start stocking your cupboards up. All right? Get loads of flipping dry food. Stick it in your cupboards. Don't get chickpeas, though, because they go rock hard after a couple of years. So however hard much you cook, they still end up with bullets, break your teeth for that. But yeah, I think it's seriously need to think about it. I know the panic buying stuff, but if you did a little bit over a period of time, I'd start stocking up. There's so many issues. You've got what's going on in the United Kingdom at the moment with all these tractors are going to be a block in the ports because the farmer's not happy because you're going to take away their inheritance from tariffs, for interests. Oh, crikey. Inheritance taxes. I'll get there in a minute. That they won't actually be paying. It'll be their kids that'll be paying over 10 years. Half these people will be paying anyway. I believe that the farmers in the United Kingdom are only kicking off on this because it's a great way to platform all the other problems they've got. They're also kicking off on because they don't want to admit their Brexit. They don't want to admit that they voted for something that crippled their ability to trade their goods and get a good price. So now they're being squeezed by Australian imports, New Zealand imports, and meat and what have you. And then the fact that you've got nitrates and nitrogen, have all gone up in price. A lot of that comes from the Netherlands. Then obviously the CO2 gases that are used is all part of the process of producing the nitrogen. The UK had 2 plants in the UK that produced nitrogen. One of them got shut down a few years back. About 3 years back, I think it was, or shut down. I think I did a video about it before. But see, we're very reliant on imports of CO2 gas and nitrogen, generally from the Netherlands in the United Kingdom. I imagine in the United States, you probably produce a lot of gas already. And not just LNG. Well, Trump certainly does. Hence the name, Trump. Oh, dear. Anyway, who we got in the chat here? Let's have a look. Before I get carried away. Blimey, where's my mouse gone? Oh, here it is. Why do I got my laptop in front of me? Oh, there the walls have gone flipping bonkers. It's actually, I just get to the point now. I don't want to watch it. I just want crikey because I've had a bit of a hard time recently because I lost my dog, and then my little Wally dog, he died 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks Saturday, and it really it's knocked me for 6. It really has. It's bugged me right up. I feel the best part of me is gone. Sound check. Don't forget your sound check. Okay, sound check again. Okay, we're sound checking. Yeah, I'm there. It's still there. Yeah, we're good. Don't forget sound check. How's the jaw, Marcus? It's a bit sore. Cheers, buddy. I support AllShorts. Hi, Marcus. That was really quick, my friend. What was really quick? Oh, yeah, it was. Regarding Wally, I know. We don't know if it might have been the medication, that new medication he was starting or not, but he had to have it because it might have been that or not. We don't know. But he was having so many fits. It was getting a bit. We had to do something. And that was within 2 days. He just started. Not after, but he was actually improving. He didn't have any more fits, what have you, about 2 weeks after having this medication. I'm not saying it is the medication, but then he started, 2 days, over 2 days, he's like maybe 3 or 4 days. He started getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker, and it's just, it's heartbreaking, I'll tell you. That little boy was the best part of me. He really was, and we spent so much time together. He's just, there he is. That's my little Wally dog. This was only this year. He was fine a couple of weeks. Not fine. He was getting old. He's now 15, but it doesn't make it any less hard, does it? Here's my friend, my best friend. He was. Caroline keeps crying and that and stuff as that. Well, she's really upset. Obviously, I well up, but I don't generally. I cried once, and I don't generally cry. You see, that for me to cry at all is quite a big deal. But 10-second countdown. Jaw's okay. I had a wisdom tooth out earlier this week. Oh, bloody hell. Flipping hell. I thought he was going to put his knee on my neck. He had to cut it in the end, so I had stitches in my mouth. Flip, that hurt. I think Mark's was talking to himself. No, I had that problem at the beginning, didn't I? Something went on. Thought what was going on, so I just reset it. Love what you do. Keep it up. Cheers, Fenders Nye. Thank you very much. Anybody Kershaw and Mad Monk 33 got a spanner in the works and had a stump care. Another spanner in the works. Thank you very much for being there. Spank the monkey. Not in front of you. No. Oh dear. There we come. There we come. Not the short stream. My poor hand is going to be sore by the end of it. The only thing is, I don't know whether or not I don't know when I'm going to go live. I probably won't get notifications out. So for me, the best way to do it is in the short feed because they get pushed. So it's a little bit different. Oh, cheers, buddy. Oh, thank you, Alistair, for the doggy fund. Yeah, Sebastian. Oh my God, he's gone loopy now. He's I think it's because we're giving him more attention because Wally's not in the mix. And although we visit Wally, we've got a little special place for Wally. We visit and talk to him every day. And Sebastian, he's soaking it up at the moment. He really is. So I think the dogs are mourning. I don't know. They think something's wrong. I don't think they really understand, to be honest. But yeah, he's gone crazy. And Pandora's been lovely as well. So look, we're fortunate we've got the other two, but Wally was special. He was special. Oh dear. Hard. One angry pagan. Hello there. Evening badges. Coming down. And then 9:42. I'm a bit far behind there, aren't I? Hey, Steve McGowan. Good evening to you too. You look like Leonard Hofstadter. Thank you for that. The squirrel prepper lifestyle. Someone who got a worm from eating wormy meat. And the roadkill. What? Someone who got a worm from eating wormy meat and roadkill. Oh, are you talking about half gay? Yeah, Bobby Kennedy. I get you now. Oh dear. That man. I've got a little clip on there in a minute. It's just in there's conspiracy theories. Pharmaceutical companies are a business. They're corporations. They make money. You know, they can do whatever they need to make money. But the idea that they're actually fabricating these viruses and what have you, this pandemic, is bollocks. It really is. Absolute bollocks. It's just so ridiculous. This stuff always gets found out. Overcooked octopus feet. I've never had a foot from an octopus before. I don't think they even got feet. They've got tentacles. Full Metal Jacket. Oh yes, oh that one. Stanley Kubrick's, yeah. Walmart announced it will be raising its prices. Yeah. It isn't just Walmart, is it? It's from others as well in the United States. It's going to be raising the prices. We've got the same problem in the United Kingdom. You know, we don't. Like for instance, if you look at Russia, for instance, at the moment, their inflation's at 7.5%. So obviously their prices, everything over there is getting more and more expensive. In the United States and stuff, okay, yeah, a box of eggs gone up by 60 cents. But you know, at the end of the day, we've got more. You know, we used to buy the cheapest eggs you could buy in an Intermarché supermarket here in France, for instance, was 10 eggs for €1. So it's, 10 cents an egg. Now they're 1.80. They went up to just over €2, actually, you know, when the war in Ukraine will start and everything started kicking off, mate. But, you know, they're 180 now. Yes, everything's gone up. It's come down a little bit. It's sort of settled down. But that's what inflation does. It pushes all your prices up and then they stay there unless you have a deflation. And it's just how it is, isn't it? You know, it's unfortunate, but it's not necessarily something even a government can do much about. Oh, Craig, I'm forgetting to put wood on my fire. That's stupid. That's stupid. I better do that. Oh, Craig, I'll be in trouble with my dogs. Oh, God. You'll see what I just did. Yeah, they run over. Let me just grab a bit of wood. I'm just about to put it in the fire. Got to keep myself warm, you guys. Blooming weather. Oh, my God, the wind. Just took half a flipping roof off the barn. So, the really annoying thing is we covered the barn, which we're going to re-roof, put new tiles and battens and stuff on. Okay, so we took all the leaking tiles off and then covered it up with a temporary sheet and that, yeah. What happened? This wind kicked off, and now we've got half the roof, all the timbers, all the rafters, just literally just ripped off, and upside down on the other half of the roof. That's how, it's just nuts. So that's a bit frustrating, that is, when that happens. Oh, quick, wasn't intentional. There you go. There we go. Sorry about that. So, Technologic 21, Walmart, yes, raising prices. Photos against anxiety. Hello, Mad Monk. You'll say hello to each other. My history professor once described history as a pendulum. Unfortunately, history has swung to stupidity. Certainly, that's because it's swung to the right. The thing about the right, though, you see, it never works. It always fails, and it's the same old thing. And people want something different. Then we're going to, like what happened in the United Kingdom. Don't want the Tories anymore, so we've gone for the converted Labour Party that is verging on the right. Sort of, nearly. A bit disappointing to say the least, especially regarding Brexit and stuff like that. It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. It is such a disaster. It's an absolute flippant disaster. But if people aren't going to be willing to kick up a fuss, and I mean a serious fuss, because I've got my blackboards with my notes on, you see, and I knocked them all over. Just my bullet points. So anyway, I've got a bit. Get back to it in a minute. Oh dear. Hello, James. Steve Burgoyne says too many countries have got too dependent on trade with the United States of America. I agree. Europe will have to. I think GM, Ford, and Boeing have announced huge layoffs. Yeah, I can't remember how many it was now. Ford. They've very made big disaster with these electric trucks, haven't they? Sumino Tires has shut down. Really? In the US, America, every day I see reports of industry in the US, America downsizing in preparation for Trump. In preparation, what is expected? That's these tariffs. They're panicking. No, it's not Guinness. It's a stout, but it's not Guinness. Should we put it on there? Gotta keep your wood on fire that you have, yeah. I don't smoke, no. Only during intercourse. One angry pagan says, a question for you. All that I hear, no one else ask, what do you do with all the infrastructure to do with oil and gas? There's more of it than coal infrastructure, and just as, well, I suppose it'll be toxic. It's got to be flipping line of tar and all sorts of shit, isn't it? Those pipes, they're not just clean oil running through them. They leave crude deposits and shit. Tar your roof. Yeah, they are toxic. You're right. What do you do with them? I suppose you either leave them alone, move on until you decide what you're going to do with it all. There's a lot of steel there. And now we've got our electric arc reactors by 2030 odd. We can melt it all down. I don't normally listen to Graham Hughes, but it came in my feed, and I was listening to Graham Hughes. He has a little island. He's on his island at the moment for another week, and I've been on his island with him as well. Yeah, like Brokeback Island. There wasn't a mountain, okay. So I was on the island with him, but that island is just disappearing. The sea levels are just so high now, and when you get bad weather and stuff, it just rips the hell out of it. It's a bit crazy. But anyway, I was listening to him earlier, and he was talking about we just use electric arc reactors and melt all the steel that we're already produced, but that's not you can't grow that way. You need a certain amount of virgin steel as well, and some things you make you need virgin steel for. You can't use recycled steel. Heating these electric eye. My left eye and their viewers just joined. And my left eye. Oh, hello there. Am I being raided? I think I've just been raided, I have. Hello there, my left eye, and all the viewers over there. Hope you're well. I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you're not having too much anxiety with everything that is going on. I don't know if you're in the United States or in the UK or wherever you might be, but either way, I hope you are well. Have I got anxiety? Yes, actually, it really worries me. I think regarding the environment, especially after these cop, I call them cop outs. You know, the COP 29. Pointless. There's not enough consensus, general consensus to do anything about the seriousness of the situation that we're in. It just isn't. And until there is, we're never going to make a change. And if we don't make a change, we're buggered anyway. So, I think at the moment we're at a stage really because that the positive outcome we can do is mitigation. So delay the inevitable. So slow things down a bit by being sensible. People don't want to, do they? You don't want to. But yeah, that's the environment. No, everyone believes in it. It's a conspiracy theory. It's a hoax. There's no climate flip now. Have you seen the icebergs? Where are they? That big now. They used to be that big. That's not happened for any other reason other than the sea temperatures are rising. And cold enough to keep them as an iceberg. No. And the weather around here, even around here, it's just changing. It's changed a lot since I've been here, and in France it is. And I mentioned it before. The flipping trees only just started turning brown. It's November. All the leaves should be off the trees by now. It's only just started. They're falling quickly, mind, but yeah. There we go. So yeah, you are right there. That's the same with everything in it. It's like nuclear and all that sort of stuff. Decommission. We've got a load of nuclear power stations that no longer been used, but haven't been decommissioned yet. They cost a huge amount of money to decommission them, and where does it all go? In Russia, it's quite frightening. They've got this artificial pond thing, and they literally bury or sink the spent fuel in there. Lovely. Oh, we talking about the pay? Oh, crikey. That petition calling for a new general election has reached 1.5 million. If anyone's not aware of this, there is a poll in the United Kingdom at the moment calling for another election. Now, this just makes me die, this does. I was thinking about this earlier today when I saw it in the paper, and I thought, hang on. They want to have another election, another vote. And they told us we couldn't have one for the Brexit referendum. Hypocrisy, you could say hypocrisy. It's it does seem quite fair to me. But anyway, they got 1.5 million votes in could be difficult to do considering what's going on at the moment. You've got all the farmers; they're going to be voting, aren't they? They'll be doing their poll because of their inheritance tax, which they're not happy about, which is like bollocks, really. I'm not. I should be. I want to be, but I haven't been a fan of farmers ever since I've seen how they destroy the earth. They literally do destroy the earth. And they go, we're custodians of the footpaths. You flipping well do the footpaths and the hedges and the verges because you have to. You have to clean up all the edges of the fields and what have you. Got to let the light in and what have you. Otherwise, you have no crop around the edges of your field. A poorly maintained field, for instance, if it's growing maize, will have a tiny little maize all around the outside edge where they've sowed it but it's done nothing. And everywhere else will be nice and high because light is getting in. Here in, I'd probably say in the United Kingdom, to be fair, but here in France, there's a requirement that the farmers have to maintain the hedgerows and the tree lines around their fields and stuff. They have to chop all the low boughs off the trees and stuff and make sure it's all clean and tidy, and they do. Generally speaking, it's pretty tidy around here, regarding the verges and stuff like that. It's pretty good. They don't not so religious with verge cutting as they are in the United Kingdom, but they do. Well, in this municipal where I am, they wait until the wildflowers are seeded and stuff like that. Then they do the ritual cutting. And it's then they let it grow and stuff like that. It's actually lovely, And I love that natural look anyway. But why do I want? I live in a country. Why do I want short grass? I want longish grass with pretty flowers in it, and butterflies. That's what I want. I'm too woke. Oh dear, that's kind of what we're trying to do here. Because you don't know, we're doing rewilding here, and basically. We've got a couple of areas now that we're leaving alone now to just do their thing. And if we cleaned it off for the winter, then next year we'll let it grow until the season. We'll trim it back probably June, July time. Then we'll cut it then because that's when everything starts falling over and not just looking a mess, but it just creates problems. Everything mats up and rots and stuff. Yep, raided from my left eye. Hello, Mobius. My left eye. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm going to write that down. So obviously that's a channel. My left eye. I don't know if you're about or anything. I never heard of you. So there you go. My left eye. It's a good name, though. Oh, dear. Wendy Barkley. Hope you're well. Oh, what is it? It's actually the beer I'm drinking, that one there. That is a 60. There's a brewery here called 66, and that's just what they call their black 66 black. Was it 88? No, 66. It's a stout. It's a stout. It's a bit like Beamish in the UK. It's like a more syrupy version of Guinness. South Africa is building coal power stations to deal with the electricity crisis. That's nuts. But it's clean coal. Do you remember that with Trump? Clean coal. We're going to have all these power stations. We have all this clean coal. We will. Oh, God, we're going to wash it. Flipping hell. If you burn it, it's dirty. Simple as that. All right? It's nuts. Now, I haven't got an electric car. I would love to have an electric car. In fact, my car goes for its CT on, MOT on Tuesday. It's old. It's 2005, but I do hardly any miles here. We've got no reason to go anywhere really, other than going to occasionally go to the shops and stuff. Do hardly any miles a year. Do about 4,000 miles a year. It's all hardly anything. So I wouldn't. It doesn't make sense for us to get an electric car, and plus I can't afford one anyway. So, yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. One day, I would like an electric car. Actually, I'd like an electric bike. That'd do me. A little cargo bike or something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to have some onions around my neck. Yeah, no, a little berry. What do you reckon? Ready to fit in there then, you see. Regan Ali, hello there. I hope you're well. See, they've got another spanner in the works. And Joel Mary also got lots of spanners in the works today. Leave the woke alone. That is where the nice Chinese dude cooks my the wok. My rice at the restaurant. Oh, yes, silly fella, you. You Portuguese. AI is going to cast humanity into oblivion. This drives me nuts, right? You got Elon Musk going on about you're going to go get jiggy with it. You got to make more babies. Oh, flip it now, I should have done that. Oh, got stitches just there. Tell you what, make more babies. There he is equally making robots that are going to replace you. What's the hell? This man's screw loose, isn't he? He should have stayed in his lane. People hate him now. Whereas before, he's quirky, eccentric geese and what have you. He seems to be interesting to listen to and stuff. So I like him because he was a bit of a nutter. But now he's just gone absolutely bonkers and to the so far to the right. And when I start seeing him with flipping 50mm caliber machine guns, popping bullets off on Twitter, and now all I get on Twitter, which I do very, very very rarely now. Try to find my words. Very rarely. I use Blue Sky now. It's so much nicer on there. So much nicer. And anyway, on Twitter, it's just all you get is Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. Oh my God! It's like it's told the engineers make me popular. That man is a loon. I think he's disconnected with reality in relationship to relations with people, how people perceive him. I think he's desperate to be loved to the point of actually pushing people away, including his own kids. There again, if I was called X or something like stupid like that, or some other weird anagram, well, I'd hate him as well, to be fair. We are about to be the US exit. You exit. From what? Where are you exiting from? The right wing, I hope. But now, I did a video, right, on this channel a few weeks ago. what was it? Just the title on the card was just Trump Trump voters, and are they idiots? Are they stupid or something in the title? And that video's done over 110,000 views or something like that now. Which is a hell of a lot for me. I was being a bit obnoxious, you know. But I was also saying that I think we've got the same problems in the United Kingdom. It's not just the US. This fueled with a huge amount of money, to be fair, fueled turn to the right, full on, actually, head on into the right wing conspiracy theory crazies. Probably funded by people like Vladimir Putin. It's and Brexit and stuff like that. Aaron Banks. He had several meetings, you see, with the Russian ambassador and stuff like that. And also Nigel Farage did meetings with the Russian ambassador. He denied it back in 2012. There's pictures of him. They published it on Russia and published it on their media pages. A picture of Nigel Farage and the ambassador meeting. Nigel Farage tried to... Oh, it's fake. Fake news. Steve McCohen, exactly. Oh, what did Steve McCohen say? Let's have a look. Oh, Steve McCohen, did you realise? Oh, McCohen. Oh, idiot. Steve McCohen. Did you realise you are my top commenter on this channel? We can now see it now. We get a little thing of who's the big lot who leaves the most comments. At first, I thought it'd be Joel. I think the longest comments be Joel. Some e-bikes are so powerful that they are basically electrical motorcycles. Yeah, but they're not legal, are they? They're not legal. You can get kits, import a kit. And although they're legal to import because they're not fixed to a bike, they're actually illegal here in France to install them. You get caught with them, you can get quite hefty fines and they crush it. And same in the UK, probably, and many other places. See, someone do like you can push a push bike. Well, not push it. I mean, you can put electric motors and stuff on. Do about 60 kilometers an hour. I think they're only allowed to do 25 kilometers an hour. So, yeah, I'll definitely want to get one. Half the time, it's all we need, and we can put it on our camper. I have an electric moped that is like a 125. And it's excellent, says Alan Stunmart. The Demis has got a little 50cc, which we're about to get rid of. You've got to have CTs now on these bikes now, which is fair enough, I suppose. You do in the UK, the MOT. And there's not enough value in the bike to make it worthwhile spending all the money on this, so she don't get something else. And she wants electric anyway. She wants just electric bike. She doesn't go hardly anywhere on it, very short distances. It doesn't need to be... petrol or anything. You know what I mean? Go a little bit quicker, but not a lot. Little 50cc is restricted as about 30 miles an hour, about 50k. So it's a bit pointless, And when you do 25, 30k on an electric bike, it's for Caroline. That's what she wants. That's what she told me. I'm happy with that. Saves insurance, and this is well done to that. And obviously the CTs. The older I get, the pagan I get. But still Catholic light. Ooh, blimey. You could make a poem out of that. I've heard that Elon algorithm is why so many left Twitter. Yeah, and also there's other things as well. He's changed the rules regarding you can't block people now. You make it so they can't comment and stuff like that, but they still see your posts, which is a little bit risque. So a lot of people left because of that. Also, there is the fact that he's trying to build up his AI algorithm, like you were saying, and he wants everyone to upload their health data, all their health information to Twitter. What? Really? Who's going to do that? They know too much about us already. Do we really need to hand it all over on a plate? Or inside leg measurements? Or middle one? No, you're right there, Fendus 9. I made a video talking about how our countryside is not as natural as they say it's not. Zoologically speaking, our countryside is pretty artificial, e.g. the food web has no top tier predators. What we ain't got, we haven't got no biostructures in the soil because it's over-tilled. years ago, in the olden days when I was a boy and I used to go down the river in my curricle. In olden days, they used to leave land fallow. Like rotation 3 years, whatever they might choose to do. These days, it's just well, we can get 1, 2, maybe 3 crops out here this year out of this one field, and because obviously it's all intensive farming, and because a lot of people want to be fed and keep the prices low, people want cheap food, and food is cheap. We might think it's really expensive at the moment. You can imagine what the effort goes into producing all that, plus and then it has to go for the packaging and all that sort of stuff, which is stuff I really hate. But and so they are telling us all again and again and again and again, because land is expensive. It's expensive, and there's not enough of it. And these farmers need to have so much acreage, wherever you are, to actually make enough money to keep their heads above water. And unfortunately, it is. Hang on, Mr. Super Chat. I'll better check out. There's just not enough for people to eat. Otherwise, unless we import more. But you remember Nigel Farage in the United Kingdom? Nigel Farage. Oh, Brexit will be great. We'll be able to import more food. It'll be cheaper because Brexit. And who was at the flipping farmers' protest rally thing? Even though it's in the United States, we seem to be getting quite familiar now with protests in the UK. You get lots and lots of protests. A bit like France. France is part of their heritage now. It's just how it is in France. It's like they have a season for it, a protest season, and a striking season. But who was at this flipping protest? Nigel Farage, the man who gave them Brexit, has screwed them over, and he also thinks it's a great idea to have more imports, which is screwing them over. And they welcome him with open arms, they do. And then we've got the other numpty, flipping Jeremy Clarkson. There he is, he's multi-millionaire, there's a little farm and what have you. The reason he bought the farm is to avoid taxation, because it was 1984, they got rid of inheritance tax on farmland, what for farmers and farmland and stuff. So they got rid of the inheritance tax. He invested in the farm because he thought it'd be a good way to get rid of inheritance tax for his children. And when it comes down to it, they've changed the law. And now he's kicking off. And he got caught out by Victoria Derbyshire. She's a news presenter, investigative journalist anyway. And she got him hook, line and sinker, made him look that small. That she did. Do you know what? I absolutely love strong women. I really do. People like Victoria Derbyshire, fantastic. Kamala Harris, I like women who want to succeed and really push themselves, and not to be allow us men to inhibit them and to restrict their ability to do well. We've all got something to offer, haven't we? After all, we all have. We're all good at something, unless you're a MAGA hat or a reform voter. Crikey! Well, I tell you what we need there. We need a cull. That would solve a lot of the problems, the housing problems. We need a cull. We need a MAGA cull, and we need a right-wing conspiracy theorist nut job cull. That's what we need. Crikey, that'll solve the housing crisis. I'll tell you who we'll start with. We'll start with Darren Grimes in the UK. He's on the GB News, whatever. Oh, crikey, that man. That boy, I say. Handy. He's a horrid little creepy geezer. He used to be a fashion designer, and he was involved with the Leave campaign regarding Brexit and stuff like that, with Nigel Farage and all that ilk. Anyway, he back on his show, I don't know when it was, yesterday or today or whenever it was. He's going on about, the United Kingdom should become the 51st state or something. And Donald Trump will save us if he was our ruler. It's quite treasonous, really, but there you go. Flipping boy's an idiot. But people follow them. You see, they've got followings. That's why they're on these shows, because they bring their following with them. which makes them dangerous. And I actually need to. I missed something. I did. Hey, Alistar, gifted 5 AllShorts memberships. Oh, nice one. Cheers, buddy. Oh, I wonder who you can do. I've looked a minute. Up we come. Or do I go down? Up or down? Down or up? Andy, you know, yeah. Spank the monkey. That's coming from you, is it? Darren Gods. If anyone didn't know, he got caught having a quick shifty. Yeah. I got a super chat. I just saw that. Cheers, buddy. And Aaron done gifted 5 AllShorts memberships. Nice. Doc Davies, Johnny K, Eliminal, and GK, and One Angry Pagan. All AI posers. Up we come. Hey, nice one. Thank you. Saskia Sojourns in Scotland. You need your independence now. Flipping hell. Everyone's saying how, oh, I love memory of my Wally. Oh, my little Wally. Oh, he's just. Look at him. There he is. Oh. Yeah, storm here. We've had storms here as well, vegan. It's been pretty, how to put it, windy. I can hear the wind through the wood burner there. Oh dear. Thanks for that, Saskia. Oh. We've been putting those flowers on his little grave and that. And we've planted loads of trees near him as well. Jake Rees-Mogg, cheap food and shoes and bras from day one. What's up with James O'Brien used to say, what, cheap shoes for peasants? Just, oh, crikey. Did I see right? Is there going to be some documentary kind of, I don't know, like a Big Brother kind of show regarding Jake Rees-Mogg and his family and that? And his, what, has he got 7 kids, is it? 7, 8 kids, Sixtus and all that lot? No, Elon Musk has got 12. I thought I had enough. I had 6, I have. But crikey. No, they want the power cut. There we come. Makes me miss my old dog Nightmare. Yes, I called one of my dogs Nightmare. Quite a good name, actually. Yeah, I lost my little doggy, my little Wally. That's 2 weeks ago now. That really, that's hard. I tell you, it's just really hard. We've been going through all the photographs and videos and try and get them all together, because we want to print off a load of pictures and stuff, and do a bit of photography. So yeah, I need a picture of my workshop for a start. Someone said, "No, don't do that. You can keep reminded. I want to be reminded." You know, I had a lot of good times with that dog. I had a lot of good times. And we were like that. We were. You know, he was my friend. That is epitome of Toad's Hall in Country Gear and his yellow corduroys. He said they're the same yellow corduroys he was wearing in that pub 3 years back. What is it? He had flipping welly boots on, yellow corduroys, a manky old oilskin jacket, and his tweed hat or coat, whatever. Hat. Oh. You're doing about Boris Johnson. It's just like you got to fit the scene. Yeah, you got to fit the scene. You got to get into the image. Flipping out. And there's one individual, Liz Webster of the Save British Farming, and I actually respected her because she's been fighting quite hard for Brexit, not for Brexit, but not to Brexit, and also to join, because it's shit. It's absolutely shit for people in the UK and also the farmers, really struggling because of it. And then she decided that it was a good idea to go on a show with Nigel Farage the other day. And also, she's not been funny. She's been touting a lot of information regarding joining the European Union. It's not a rejoin, not now anyway, because it'll be completely different terms. So joining the European Union again. as though it's like just like that, customs unions, it's really complicated and legally you can't really do it. And we're not actually in a fit state to actually do anything regarding. We need to get our ship in order first. That's what we need to do. Is get our ship. And that ain't going to happen for a long time. The United Kingdom is in a hell of a bad way with its economy. I mean, hell of a. I did make some notes actually earlier. Where are they? Not that one. What was it called? Just in October alone, we borrowed 102 billion. 102 billion pounds just in October. That's nuts. No, 7.4 billion, sorry, in October. And in this year alone, 102 billion. So I got to say that didn't make sense, did it? Yeah, so 7.4 in October billion pounds were borrowed, and now it's 102 billion this year. We're not even at the end of the year yet. Hello, number 3. I hope you're well. The good ship Britannia is admittedly a bit adrift. Could we pull it around? Of course we could. But we need to be making the right choices, the right decisions. Join the EU Customs Union. It's not as simple as that. Have you read the criteria? I'm not just talking about the Copenhagen criteria regarding actually what we'd have to do. And that we're just so far away from that. We really are. All these trade deals and stuff like that. We don't comply. You can't really have one without the other. I know people say, what about Norway? What about Switzerland? The EU's really nervous. Really nervous about that. And they're separate deals. They don't have to agree to anything. They even start the process. I'm sorry to go to a vote and get vetoed. Unless they do get rid of the veto, there's a possibility that might happen in the EU. The veto might be gone. I'm looking forward to an independent Scotland and a united Ireland. Now, my view, and they don't know this already, my view on Scottish independence is not because I want it to happen, it's because it has to happen. I wish Scotland was being treated with respect as a part of the union, as though it's a working thing, like we're all part of a big machine and we're all working together, but it's not. It's disrespected and abused, and it's been beledged by Westminster, and that for that reason alone, really. I think Scotland needs to have its own space to make its own mistakes, and also its own mistakes. What's the opposite mistakes? Good choices, improve their economy and do what they need to do. Because that'd be funny. Scotland, as with its own culture, what have you, and also what it's doing already. We've got an SNP. We've got, like, for instance, free education and free prescriptions, healthcare and all that sort of stuff. And then they're mocked by Westminster continuously. It's the same old thing again, isn't it? It's about telling so many blooming lies about something that people will start to believe it. And they do. They believe what comes out of Westminster. Even with Keir Starmer, I don't think he necessarily goes out to lie deliberately. I think he trips himself up, personally. I do it. I'm not impressed. I don't think many people are, to be fair. I was so hopeful. I really was. When people said to me, "Oh, we need boring now." Yeah, we need a bit of boring. We've had all the madness. We need boring. Look forward to a bit of boring. There is flipping now incompetence. And all this thing about, going for growth, we're going to go for growth. Well, quite frankly, doesn't every single country want that anyway? There's nothing new about it, is there? Go for growth. Of course, we've been trying to get growth for decades. Going for growth. And it's the people that go for growth, not the government, unless the government puts in policies that allows the growth to happen in the first place. Like, for instance, assisting small startups and small businesses. You know, from Acorn's Great Oaks, you know, none of the companies out there started out big, did they? All started out with something. Either with a huge amount of money to get started or with nothing. They're the life and soul. These small businesses and family-run businesses, they're the life and soul, really. They are providing their own income, not relying on somebody else to provide the income for them. And you just one of the little minions turning the cogs, you know, turning the key or whatever. We need, and same in every country, same in the United States as well. You need to have not just the investment, if it's a requirement to make that thing happen, but you need the will to do it. Now, starting the business is gutsy. Now, I've started a few businesses. I've been involved in all sorts of stuff in my life, including radio and all that. And it's so, you put your neck on the block. You really do, financially. And it's hard. And it's stressful. And you work all hours, God sakes. You just want to work. You're driven. The problem I see is I don't see that level of drive anymore. Not to the level it was before. I don't mean on an individual basis. I mean the amount of people that have that drive, and I think it's because they're being suppressed. I think people are being suppressed by situation or sentiment. This massive divide we've got in the country, including the United States, obviously MAGA and what have you, and in the UK we've obviously got the left and the right, and you know it's you go too well. If you go too far on the left, there's just as crazy as those on the right, you know. And it's not very inspiring. And we need inspiration to make those choices, not just to put your money where your mouth is, but actually to lift a finger to make it start, make it happen. Because you've got to start moving. If you don't start moving, you're not going anywhere. Now, I might sound so that's pretty obvious, isn't it? But you know, if you've got an idea in your head, and you start that ball rolling and you start moving, you might not even go to your original destination. You might go off a tangent somewhere, but at least you're moving. But if you're stationary, you'll always be stationary. You know, you just need that inspiration and that drive to push and push and push. Even what I do here, you know, my channels and stuff like that, I've been this close to giving up on this channel so many times, but then I get compelled to come back to it and carrying on and what have you, because it doesn't grow very quick. And also, I've done quite well recently, but wellish recently, but it was stagnant for a very long time, and it was disheartening. But you have to keep pushing. You have to keep learning what are my mistakes, what am I doing wrong. The same on my other channels as well, because I've got a woodworking channel that's got about 50,000 subscribers on it. That's still okay. But even with that, because I've been a little bit in the doldrums recently because of my little doggy, and it's I'm in a very good place, so I haven't really uploaded enough original videos on there. It's been quite hard. Gingers, hello there. Crikey. I feel for you and every other sensible person in the United States. Now, anyone don't know this already. Gingers, she came all the way from the United States, she did. And she came here, you know, hop, skip and jump across the UK and then here to France. Come and see us, she did. They really appreciate that, Ginger. It was really nice. I'm back. Drive's changed. PC working great now. Don't like using my phone for streams as my eyes start to hurt. Do you know what I find when I'm using my phone for pairs? I get drowsy. And then also my hand goes and I drop the phone on the floor. Terrible. Amount of times the missus has actually have to pick the phone up at the floor and sort of, or fell asleep with it still in my hand. I'm always tired. Too many late nights. At this point, says one angry pagan, I don't see any drastic changes to the system coming about unless some cataclysmic event happens. What, like nuclear fallout? I don't know. Like Terminator, maybe? I don't know. The Matrix? The average voter just wants things to remain relatively the same with incremental changes. It doesn't work, does it, though? I agree with you, mate. I think we need something drastic. Something really needs to happen. But then, you know, when you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs, so some people will fall off the boat. So it's a bit of an issue. Number 3 says, I studied economics and public affairs at grammar school. One feature of the political life is the tossers often get it wrong. I shouldn't really said that, but okay. Yes, they do. It's the posh Pratt syndrome. Confidence over competence. My feeling is, I think it's drive. A lot of it is drive. I think we're lacking the drive. I think people are been driven down for so long. They're depressed, and we need something to build people up again. We need to build people's will and determination and drive. We need people to go out there and actually make a contribution. And I don't mean that, just get on the old grind and that, get a job. You know, why not start something new? Why not start a YouTube channel? I don't necessarily recommend it, but why not start a YouTube channel? Just do something. You won't earn anything straight away out of it, but it takes time. But you also learn a hell of a lot. Now, anyone who knows my channel, when I first started doing this, the idea of me going live was just crikey, no way, man. I was so nervous, And even when I make my videos and I was to edit every single video and I had to edit so much stuff out of it. And it looked like that, and it's I struggled. But I think some of it's when you get your knowledge base up. Now, Regan Elite was here earlier, and he's gone through a massive change. Okay, not that kind of change. No, no, not that change. No. Anyway, he was. Hope your mum was saying this to Regan, but you did appear quite nervous at first, and you're learning, but you're far more confident now. Like we had our little stream together. The 4 of us, what have you? You're fine. It was actually great, and you got so much more confidence now, Regan. It's good to see, because that's the thing is you've got to start doing something. And it's the same, whether it be recording a video or whether you're doing some kind of work, but you've got to speak to people or see people or go in people's homes to fix their boiler or something. It's actually going out there and doing it. And when you start doing it, it just gets easier and easier and easier. And you get more confidence. You come out your shell. You start. You blossom. What do you reckon? Have I blossomed? Or I past that? I'm now rotting in the ground. Regan is epic. Yeah, he's a good lad. It's Regan. He's come a long way. He really has. And I think part of that is actually his knowledge base is grown as well. He knows more now than he did when he started. So you get to know, like for instance, when I first started this channel, you get to know all the things like regarding silly things. I just thought, what does GDP stand for? Stuff like that. And you get to learn all this stuff. And some of the stuff you should have known before. But I wasn't interested in politics at all. This is ever since Brexit. It was just screwed my business. And I got to this point where, something had to be done. So I just started making videos and that, and they were terrible. I made a piss take one out of that James O'Brien, and I started getting views on it. Quite a few views, actually. I was quite quickly. But somebody left a message on there, a comment on there, and said, James O'Brien is a hero. Now, obviously, watch all the video, because when you get to the end, they're kind of it's sort of like worm turn type thing. What was the title? James O'Brien, the snake in the grass. Obviously, he's not. Yeah. I'm not so keen on them these days, though, to be fair. Consent then has to be manufactured in the direction of the people's interests, better than the fat cats, yes. Or democracy becomes pointless. That's a really good point. And less optimal than sortition or choosing the wise elders. Eggs in the basket. The more spokes you got in the wheel, the smoother the wheel will turn. Or have more strings to your bow. Right? It's just if the country's got all these different little outlets, no, not outlets, ways of making money, all being managed by individuals, whether it be sole traders or small companies and stuff like that. You've got all these people responsible, and their heart is in what they're doing, regarding it's theirs, it's their baby, and the likelihood of success is greater. once you got off past that first year, your likelihood of success is much, much greater. Whereas when you've got these corporations, you know what happens to the money. You know, you're not putting food in the mouths of it just necessarily just individuals. A lot of that money's just getting shipped out and then don't get reinvested. Now, if you're a small business, a startup, that's when you're spending money. You're buying a lot of stuff. If you're on the trade, you'd be buying tools, wouldn't you? For instance, if you YouTube, you're buying cameras and what have you. You know, high-tech phones and audio devices. You know, it's you'll be spending money, and it's because you invested personally in something, it makes it succeed. Now the problem is when you got the employees are never going to be, unless they get a bonus, they're never going to be invested like you are as an owner. Just not. And corporations, they have a huge amount of employees that some of them might be quite wasteful. You know, in the sense of they're not really doing their job or whatever. We've had it with our businesses in the past. So we used to employ people. And some people are brilliant, you know, so loyal, and you had a nice relationship with them and stuff. They're brilliant. And you can bonuses and stuff, and we did Christmas bonuses and, usual sort of stuff. But then you get the occasional one who was just total waster. And I put them under the class of the unemployables, you know. I'm not, when we employ people, we didn't ask them to put their, life on a line with us and stuff like that. We just wanted to, just do what you can, do the best that you can. And if it, you will improve in time. And we had one young lad I've mentioned before, young Dale, and he had a really hard upbringing. I mean, seriously bad upbringing. And everyone pretty much wrote him off. Anyway, he came work for us and that, and we got him through, and he got him into the trades. We got him into college. He learned bricklaying, and and now that's what he's doing now. He's qualified bricklayer. A long time ago, he's qualified actually, but he's still doing it. I haven't spoken for about 6 years, so it's been a while. But you give people opportunities, and they'll feel as if they've got worth. They've got purpose. Problem in the UK and the United States, there's so many people, they feel they've got no options. And that's one reason we've got if you've got in the United States, you've got these areas, and in the United Kingdom, where you've got communities that are suppressed, quite often black communities and what have you, that's been suppressed by the situation and regarding everything really, opportunities, a lack of opportunities, like a youth clubs and all that sort of stuff, and give people value. It's such a mistake. People don't feel they've got any value. You're never going to pull a country round. You just aren't. They've got to feel that they're fighting for something. During World War II, people felt, I'm fighting for my families, fighting for not just my country, but for my families. Families? Should only have one. Maybe. Whatever you're into. What's your religion? Oh dear. Scrolling down. Video show hello there. Shannon watched a video by Unedited Heel earlier. You're not alone, Shannon. What does Shannon say? Shannon. That's a river, you know. That's an island, isn't it? Shannon. Shannon Binford. Oh, an American here. Please don't laugh at me. I'm not, no. I'm disgusted with my country. You're fully within your rights to be so. And I see why so many other countries are laughing at us. I'm not laughing. I feel sorry. I've had one on that video I did about. Oh my god! I put this on top of a flipping wood burner. Hot. Anyway, that video I did about Trump voters, and I've had so many comments from American citizens who literally saying sorry, and I just said, basic reply with feeling sorry, we're very sorry what's going on, but the usual sort of stuff in different formats, different ways. Yeah, it's Americans have voted for this dictator. Oh my god, my door's just blown right open. It's so windy outside. 2 seconds, let me just shut my door. Blimey. Yeah, it's it must be difficult for you. I was so hopeful when I saw that debate with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. made him look like a complete and utter numpty that he is. And I was so hopeful that she was going to win, but then he made the right decision for him to not have any more debates with Kamala Harris because she just owned them. Especially when you say, oh, they're eating the cats and they're eating the pets. What? Oh dear. And that Roxanne woman. It's not just the cats and the dogs they're eating the babies. It's true, you know. Stop looking at me like that. It's true. They're vampires. They're eating the flesh. Human flesh, drinking the blood. Oh. Really? This is... Do you know what? The amount of comments I got the video about that. The amount of comments I got on that video about individuals saying that don't mock her. She's talking the truth and all that sort of stuff. Leave the lady alone. She's a flippin' lunatic. Oh, she was on the Tucker Carlson show. There, Dora. My little Pandora's here. There you go. Yeah. Oh, but you think everything's going on, and you like what's going on with Russia at the moment? Yeah, their economy's shot. You think ours is bad? Flipping hell. Yeah, their economy is completely and utterly shot. They ain't got the workers. They keep sending them out to be blowing up, don't they? 2,000 a day. Been killed. What? That's just like, that's fodder. They're fodder. It's crazy. And obviously, Ukrainians been killed as well. Russia's gained that 40% of the territory that the Ukrainians had gained. So, and they're short of 5 million workers in Russia. So they can't, you might have the work, but if you haven't got people to do that work, well, then you're not going to earn the money, are you? Your economy suffers. Simple as that, really. But it's it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. What are you doing, Dora? Oh dear, one more treat, Dora. Here you are. There you go, girl. You can't see me anyway. Oh, there you are. She's little Pandora. Hello. There, come on, they're little. They're not tiny ones, like that. Oh, give me a back. She's a little darling, that one is. There we go. Yeah, so she's a sweetie, little Pandora. She looks like our oldest dog, but she's actually the youngest. But she had a shock. She decided to go in pen with a ram when she was a puppy, and the ram bashed her and busted all the jaw up. And then within a week, she started going grey. Before, she's just black with a little white flash down her belly. Yeah, then she started going grey. She's like, they're all grey now. Let's get older. You're not having any more, you? Wobbling your bum about? Yeah. Our friend calls Anne Widdicombe. I don't see the resemblance myself. No. Look at me like that. Oh, man, she loves the treats. Yeah, I do feel sorry for you and all the other Americans who are very concerned at the moment. There must be huge anxiety over there. There's a lot of people fleeing the country, aren't there? It'll be like American refugees in Canada. If you go the other direction, you'll be in Russia, wouldn't you? You're probably better off there. Blimey. I'm surprised anyone watches my little rants, ramblings, and reactions. I need to go on your channel. I have subscribed to it. I need to write that down. My other one. There's chalk. Yeah, I've got the old school. I use blackboards now. Blackboards. Yeah. One angry pagan. I find it really hard to keep up with stuff. My head's all over the place at the moment anyway, because obviously, losing my dog. But I'm really disorganised. I used to be quite good, but I'm terrible these days. So disorganised. Just expressing my opinion. Says one angry pagan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Regan Leak's got his own channel, and so has One Angry Pagan. I'm amazed that I do one video per day, short ones. I still fair drying up. What do you mean drying up? Sorry, no, I'm afraid I don't understand that. I'm amazed that I do one video per day in shorts, and I still fair drying up. What do you mean? What ideas have you all? At least it's something. It's not easy because I was doing like I had a period when I was doing 15 videos a day. A lot of them were shorts. But I was doing a hell of a lot of videos a day. And I was just burning me out. So I just do a couple now. And occasionally go live. Hello from Britain, says Sky. Hello there. I hope well. How do you feel about the political situation in the United Kingdom? Are you proud of what's going on? Because I'm not. Very disappointed. No personal attacks in the chat. Thank Alison. Yeah, please don't. We all try and get on here together, you know. Welcome different points of view, what have you, as long as they're not stupid conspiracy theories. And obviously definitely not attacks. That's the quickest way to get banned on the channel. Why do it? There's no point, is there? Just don't do it. There we come. Yeah, Marcus, it's impossible keeping up with the stupid stuff that's going on. Do you know what? I could argue that for me, Trump being elected is actually a good thing. But how selfish is that? It's just that there's so much crap going on. There's so much madness. Every day I'm reading something as crazy or crazier as what happened the previous day. It's just so much of it. Yeah, who have they brought in now? The agriculture minister, what's her name? In the United States. And she's I think she's the head of some sort of think tank. You know what think tanks do? They don't think. We've had our fair share of think tanks in the United Kingdom, sticking their oar in. You know, flipping those that geezer from the AEI, what is that? EAI or something? Oh, crikey, what was his name again? He was filmed hot camera. The culture and poor education doesn't happen in a vacuum, but in the context of the media, which then drives everything else, including education standards. Journalism is democracy. Unfortunately, journalism isn't necessarily the answer, is it not now? Because we've got a huge amount of conspiracy theories, misinformation, what have you, in social media, whether it be on Twitter, huge amount on Twitter. You get a little tiny bit you might get on inaccuracies on Blue Sky, but generally Blue Sky is pretty good. You know, I've been sort of started building up my following on there, so I've only got about 130 or 40 so far. I haven't been on there long, but it's it'll take time, you know. So sort of let go of the Twitter and go on to there. But it's more sensible. But even things like Facebook groups and stuff like that. And I'm on all sorts of different groups. I don't do Facebook as a whole. I don't plaster my life on Facebook and take pictures of my food. I don't do any of that stuff. But there's a few groups. One's for fibre. I've got fibromyalgia. There's a fibromyalgia group. It's just a load of men and women moaning about the pain. It's pointless. And then you get the crazy people on there who's got some mad. Is that one way around? It is. There you go, that way. Who go on about these weird and wonderful treatments. No, it's just daft. I found one that works anyway now. It's working really well. It's actually antidepressant, which is probably it's double whammy. It's only a small dose, tiny dose actually. Half the dose for depression. Duloxetine for nerve pain. Most so-called think tanks are just right-wing bobs. They are. And too much money to lose. Well, what's it? They're funded by that American conservative something or other in the United States. Democracy is evolving. Expecting it to already be perfect is absurd. But we've had a democracy for a very long time. And it's far from perfect. Far from it. We need to shake up. We need things to happen. We need some massive changes. And I think we need to start with, well, I know some people say, no, nanny state. I think we need nanny state. We do. Some of these people really ought to be put in that. Some of these people are just flipping out. They're stark raving bonkers. They got rid of all the flipping mental institutions. You know? We need to shove these people in there because the stuff that's coming out of their gobs is just unbelievable madness. It's just that's social media for you. Everyone's a critic. Everyone's an expert. Everyone thinks they know absolutely everything. But they don't. No one does. We're always learning all the time. But the problem is people are learning from the wrong people. I'm a woodworker, right? You know, I've got my woodworking channel and stuff, and I do quite a lot of woodworking. And for me, woodworking is a practical thing. You make things fit together. You stick bits of wood together, basically. You know, it's a practical thing. If I was a MAGA hat, it wouldn't go together. Simple as that, because nothing fits. And then you've got some disjointed mess. You can't build a society or an economy on the basis of that, can you? It's not going to work. Oh, dear. No feet pics on OnlyFans then. Nope. No feet pics. No, yeah. No, don't do it. The Emperor of Star Wars didn't rise out of a vacuum. A lot of young men have the Anakin Skywalker complex. Anakin Skywalker's actually on Blue Sky now as well. He's moved over. Oh, dear. Jacob Rees-Mogg loves the nanny state. He's still got a nanny. Obviously, it must be for his kids now. Maybe it's the same one. No, it is. There is still one big mental institution. It's called the Westminster Parliament. Oh, dear me. What is it, that people like Nigel Farage can break the rules in that place? Like, for instance, taking photographs, post them online and stuff like that inside his and the office areas and stuff, and then try and organise tours around it. They get away with it, you know? And lie, you know, like, for instance, trying to use them as a get-out clause of doing these surgeries where he's supposed to be looking after people. But no, you know, he's just... I can't do that because of security. Yeah, he can go wandering around this flipping protest with a load of angry farmers. I'm sure there's a few out there who think he's the problem. Unfortunately, Liz Webster didn't appear to. Very disappointed in her. That's such a mistake. Makes you look like a right plonker. Basically, she's a conservative, basically, and she must be. What is your woodworking channel? It's called Wally Bois. I think there's a link in the description. And it's Wally as in W-A-L-L-Y and Bois as in wood en français, B-O-I-S, woodworking. So, yeah, I do a lot of shorts on there, but also I haven't put much on there regarding the long form recently because I've been in a bit of a bad place. So I will be getting back into that very soon. Yeah, I love my woodworking, I do. Been doing it for a very, very long time. There's still a big mental... Oh, done it really. Sorry, madam. Bitty, yeah, bitty. Oh, it's American Pie the Wedding. That's it, American Pie the Wedding. I love that. That was brilliant. Was it another piece of the pie? Was it Pork Market Sliz or was it American Pie? Shannon, it's called Wally Bois. More doors, shutters, gates, etc. That's the kind of things that I make for customers, but I do all sorts of stuff on there regarding teaching woodworking. Little hints and tips and tricks and stuff and tools. It's a bit of fun as well. A bit of fun on there. I've got a couple of videos on there that are ridiculously stupid. All right. One of them's done over 10.5 million views. and it involves masking tape. What's any more than that? The information environment sucks these days, yes. And is boon for state actors, yes. We used to get all our news, didn't we, from the newspapers, and actually it didn't help either, does it? Because then they who they belong to, and obviously TV news and stuff like that. These days, it's just some guy in his pub, innit, you know, or Nigel Farage. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. We're gone. This so-called freedom of speech. There has to be a consequence. At the moment, we are all feeling the consequence of the dysfunctional countries and politics. Just gone absolutely ridiculous because all been fueled. Politics have been driven by popular consensus, and unfortunately, popular consensus is not necessarily practical or sensible. Not always got common sense. No longer common. It's just nuts. It's just crazy what's going on at the moment, and it's. I don't know where. I just, for life of me, I can't see a way out. It's like we're just going deep and deep into this idiocy, and it's people's brains are fried. They're fried, and when you got people like this flippin' idiot, there we go. I'll just put this over a bit closer to the mic. Listen. Oh shit! Little magnet. There you go. Listen to it. Is that the right one? I think that's right.
World Health Organization. That's really a misnomer. The World Health Organization is even more captured than CDC is. The World Health Organization gets half of its budget from industry. It is absolutely controlled from top to bottom by the pharmaceutical companies, and particularly the vaccine makers, who use WHO to, fabricate pandemics like the swine flu, like the H1N1, and make billions of dollars on pandemics that never happened. The World Health Organization, that's really a misnomer. The World Health Organization is even more captured than CDC is. The World Health Organization gets half of its budget from industry. It is absolutely controlled from top to bottom by the pharmaceutical companies, and particularly the vaccine makers, who use WHO to, fabricate pandemics like the swine flu, like the H1N1, and make billions of dollars on pandemics that never happened. The World Health Organization, that's really a misnomer. The World Health Organization is even more captured than CDC is.
Okay. It's fucking lunatic. He's there. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, pharmaceutical companies got a huge amount of control of these organisations. I get that, but he's going on about the flipping. I was watching another video clip on where he's going on about. He was going on about the pandemic and his so-called documentary. Got about 15 million views in that, because there's a lot of people easily sucked into this. In the day, he had MAGA, so it was bound to happen. And so that man who's going on about flipping World Health Organization, he's now Health Secretary in the United States, and there he is eating McDonald's on the airplane with Elon Musk, and not just one burger, like 2 burgers and fries and Coke and stuff like that. All the toxic stuff like that. They would say we're going to remove it from food. There they are eating it. It's just such hypocrisy. It's total madness. It's well, somebody said a moment ago. Sorry about that. Lots of people saying, how do we get out of this? What's the way out of this? Yeah, everyone is saying, how do we get out of this mess? I don't actually see a way out at the moment. I think we've gone so far into this dark place. I can't see a way out, and it's very depressing. Won't be just the economy. If you don't sort the economy, you're not going to bring people around anyway, because everyone's feeling it in their pockets, and they'll always look for somebody to blame, or something, or something to blame. Other than Brexit for the United Kingdom was one of the biggest mistakes we've ever made. And luckily, I'm glad to say I didn't vote for it. It's madness. Oh, Kevin Laird, cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Kevin Laird, 100. I'd buy that for $1. How does that go now? Oh, crikey. On Robocop. What about Trump's cabinet members? Only the best people. So say RFK. Matt Gaetz, he's stepped down because he's been found out. Well, people already knew about him. It's another girl came forward, another 17-year-old girl come forward and says, he raped me. Held me down and he ejaculated all over her belly or something. It's just... And there's somebody else involved as well, apparently. But it's a threesome. Never happens to me. Oh dear. Don't be put him in his place, making him eat McDonald's after AFK criticised his diet. Eat it and kiss the orange ring. And kiss my chocolate starfish. Trump's grabbing it. Oh, it's lost, isn't it? Now, that was bad enough last time with Trump, but it had the institutions were in place and it's kind of sort of working, but everything's up in the air at the moment. And this time he's just going to railroad it. You know, the people that have been funding him, funding his campaign and what have you, are involved with 2025, Project 2025, and that's so they're gonna want something for their money, aren't they? He's actually employed. Is he? Actually, in one of his cabinet makers, one of his cabinet, wasn't he one of the people involved with Project 2025? I can't remember which one it is now, but yeah, I think that's true. We're living in a world of children instead of our adults here. There's no logic. No logic at all. They're saying stuff that's just so out there. None of it. There's no hope of all that, is there? You know, and these people got too much power. And people that you might have thought that had a little bit of brain power, like Elon Musk or what have you, he's been dosing up on old ketamine or something going on there in his head. He's so much hate in him now. God. Someone tried to scare me the other day. All right. They said, I got a message. Yes. Somebody in my WhatsApp feed. You know who you are? He said, oh, crikey, Elon Musk is going to buy YouTube. He's offered $50 billion for it or something. I thought, oh, bloody hell, I hope not. So I researched and looked into it. And yeah, there has been talk about it, but nothing's happened or happening. Flipping now. Right, that'll destroy it. Good night, Andrew Evans. I hope you're well. Early morning. Well, crikey, another week at work. Blimey. The more you can understand about how WWE works, the more you can understand American politics, sad to say. Says Skip Font Jr. Yeah. The problem is it's the people voting for it, though. Donald Trump, he made it quite clear. I love the poorly educated, he said. But that doesn't make sense to me when people say the poorly educated, because these people aren't educated. You don't have to be educated to have common sense. Common sense comes with just doing stuff, just practicality, stuff that makes sense. So these people can't even do that. There's so much ignorance out there. Education will help, though. Even though I've got a degree. Musk is evil, so is capitalism. I actually got a huge problem with capitalism. I've got a problem with greed. Capitalism doesn't work in my mind, because of greed. People are too greedy. It's kind of really what capitalism is based on, is greed, really. Accumulating more than you need. Or altruism. What's that word? Altruism? I can't even say it. Altruistic. No, it's greed. Too much bloody greed. I know there's people out there who make money in the capitalist system, and they do a huge amount for like maybe the environment or people who are less well off and stuff like that. Huge amount. You know, even that geezer from the, I can't remember what it's called now, the that green energy firm, the one who rides around on electric motorbikes. Oh, what's his name? He was funding Labour. Really good guy. And he does a lot, you know. Very wealthy man, he can't, you know. But if you had that amount of money, see if you're an Elon Musk guy, look, okay, I need to get this out of my system, okay? Some mad idiot bought a piece of artwork from an auction last week for $6.8 million, and it was literally a banana duct taped to the wall. Not even framed, it's just on the wall. An installation. I don't know what they called it. It was a banana on the wall. And every so often, the banana get eaten. And it has to be replaced via the instructions with another banana on the wall. 6.8 million. Okay. This guy says it was about the experience and stuff. And I think, crikey, how many people could you have helped? How many bananas could you have bought for the homeless or hungry people with 6.8 million? Yeah, they get a certificate from the artist about the banana that was stuck to the wall with instructions on how to replace the banana with the duct tape. It could be a little bloody lawn. Yeah, it could be a banana. That's a good point, actually. I hadn't thought of that. But it's just madness. That's people like that got so much money that they can be so frivolous. And that brings me back to people like Boris Johnson, who was said to, well, you're burning a £50 note in front of a homeless person and stuff like that. You know, that kind of mentality that you just want to hurt people. You know, they don't want to help people, they just want to hurt people. This is some crypto geezer, you know, he's yeah, made a huge amount of money on cryptocurrencies and stuff. I wouldn't know how to do that, to be fair. But oh, that was 8.2 million, was it? 8.2 million for a banana duct tape to the wall. It's actually worse. Blimey. Why would you do that? It's obviously from some very well-known artist. It's obviously got a lot of respect, but this is just, it's a rotting banana on the wall, stuck with duct tape. Now, I love contemporary art and stuff like that. I love all that stuff, but it has to have some physical kind of, it's got to be a thing, not a blinking banana. Could have been at least been a plantain, at least they're bigger. But no, a banana stuck to the wall. No, my missus would vet that. It's already been replaced several times. It's like quite like the unmade bed in the Tate Modern. Yeah, the artist got up, had a bottle of wine for breakfast, and then got inspired. Oh dear. Yeah, I've been Tate Modern quite a few times. There's some really good stuff in there. But I like since I love abstract. I love contemporary photographic art, such as Andreas Gursky. There's a I think it's the Montepass image that's in the Tate Modern at the moment. Oh, well, it was when I went there anyway. You know, the most expensive photographs ever sold, they were. Andreas Gursky. He came to the United States as, and then he learned with, not the United States, he went to Germany. Anyway, wherever he was, he learned with the Beschers, Hildred and Bernard Becher. The ones who used to photograph all the water towers, all vertical and stuff, you know, with special plate cameras. And anyway, he trained with them, and to fund himself to do that, he basically did taxiing. He's taxiing. Now he's multi-millionaire. You know, he's amazing images he produces. Amazing images. Very large photographs, about 2-3 meters across by 1.5 meters wide, tall. With massive, all digital, but with massive cameras and plates and lots of images. I wish it need not happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf, and so do all men who live to see such times. Who was it that said, the evil don't share power? Something like that. Was that Gandalf? That was Gandalf, wasn't it? It's high art, yes. I saw an erotic art exhibition in the state. I wish I hadn't. There used to be, it's not there anymore. Next to the Moulin Rouge, there used to be a sex museum. I've mentioned this before, so with their wife. Anyway, I said we're going to go so nice today. And then we were heading for the Moulin Rouge. She thinks she's going to the Moulin Rouge. She went to the sex museum. I couldn't afford 300 quid a head tickets for Flip Moulin Rouge. But yeah, we went to the sex museum, literally next door. It was actually, that was fascinating, actually. It was funny as hell. It really was. She wasn't impressed, though. She kind of expected it, though. It was the script writer. Carl Andrews' pile of bricks, a minimalist art was a grift. Yes, and then when I went there last time, there was like a load of tiles, just like a path laid, just plonk. Just loads of tiles. And no sense. And another one was a light switch on the wall. There was actually a projection of a light switch on the wall. So people keep trying to turn the light on and off. And it wasn't really there. It's just a projection. They're quite cool, some stuff is. But is it art? I suppose it is an art form. Comes in very, very many forms, does the art forms. But he goes, says Alison Kerr. The UK pensions that let us cost 10 billion. Oh, crikey. Oh, that's what they needed 20 billion. They sold 20 billion in bonds, government bonds that Andrew Bailey had bought or been collecting for a period of time. There was a concern it could have been as much as 60 to 80 billion, but they nipped it in the bud quick enough to be able to do something about it. If he left it any longer, if he dragged his heels, that would have been a very, very expensive time. 20 billion is enough, isn't it? To be fair. Something fishy about the shark in the glass tank. Oh, crikey. Is it dropping apart, is it? We've got the shark, it's resin, it's in the resin in it. Damien Hirst. Yeah, I love art. Damien Hirst. Have you seen a documentary of him actually doing that? Flipping hell. And the cow, the pregnant cow that they cut down the middle. He did it with a chainsaw. He didn't know it was pregnant at the time. So this cow is literally, you walk between the two resin casts with the cow either side. Oh. But to be fair to him, as gruesome and horrible it might seem, that is one hell of a flipping thing to achieve. With some organic form, and you put it in a resin. The thing about resin is they're phenolic resins. They're not very UV resistant. Eventually, it goes yellow. All clear casting resins, they can resist UV light to a certain extent, but they do go yellow after a while. So they start looking manky. You can't do anything bad. You can't polish it out because it's all the way through. I've done hot casting, resin casting, in the past. Banksy. Oh, crikey, yeah, the Banksy piece that was shredded. That's it, yeah, that's recent. I do like Banksy, though. I like his political statements. Hello, Joe Mariels. I hope you're well. Back again. I'm back. So how are the book bans in the land of the free going? Oh, my God, the book bans. That'll be next, won't it? What do they do? They're going to be what sort of books would they ban in the United States under Trump? There'll be all the books that criticise Donald Trump, won't it? There'll be all the books, the accounts. There'll be the accounts, yes, the national accounts for the United States. They'll get banned. Already made my tombstone with the Banksy line hard copy of the flower grenade work. Printed is way cheaper and better for one's family. I made my dad's tombstone. It was actually a tomb wood. It was made of wood. And my dad was he was nicknamed Malcolm the Boat. So I carved a boat into Big Lumber Oak. There's a I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, cry. In Norwich, anyway, where I'm from, where my dad was buried. There's a lovely woods there, and there's a eco graveyard. Anyway, he's buried there. Flipping expensive to be buried there. But it's a lovely place. And usually he's buried in the wood. But most people don't have any headstones or anything to have markers. But because this is one I made was wooden, and my son goes there regularly. He oils it, and it's and it's all carved anyway. Pretty cool. Still a headstone. Headwood. It's a headwood, not a jedwood. A headwood. Fun fact: we have 6 stone circles in Devon alone. Is that where you go and sacrifice your goat? Hmm? Did they stuff the letters? Did they stuff the letters? Someone needs to stuff it in this truss. Flippin' hell. What is it with these people? After destroying the economy, like flippin' Nigel Farage as well, and they always got their faces in your face. Wherever you look, they're always there. You can't get away from them, can you? That's a nightmare. We do this one. 6. We're going to go into 2 hours. We'll do today. There we come. All just passing through. We are. Oh, tell you what, we should be passing through. I don't know, the UEA or some United Arab Emirates. UAE, sorry, UEA. UAE. I think we're thinking University of Norwich now. But they've got too many fingers in the pies in the United Kingdom. These flipping SEZs, the special economic zones. The biggest one's in Dartmoor. It's pretty much all of Dartmoor, really. It's just that's Dartmoor's now, like their special economic zone, where they're not paying any national insurance contributions or stuff like that. And businesses, to compete, are going to have to move there, otherwise they're not competitive. It's ideal for businesses that export, really, if anything. But this is this man. There's several, about 9 or 10 of them in the United Kingdom that it was going to be. These special economic zones, these free ports, these mega cities. And all it does is encourage fraud, money laundering, and destroys local businesses outside the economic zones. And reduces tax take. It's a form of madness. It really is. It doesn't make any sense. It allows these businesses to be able to trade without export duties and stuff like that within the United Kingdom with these other countries, but not. You still got to deal with obviously the duties when you want to import it into that country. But when it leaves the country, there's no stuff coming in and out. Yeah, it's just madness. It's not for the companies; they do really well out of it, It's just that they pay very little or no taxes. I told my nephews I want a Viking burial. Burn me and drop me in the sea. I think what we're going to do is we'll put you on a canoe with a load of straw underneath and sticks sticking out and stuff. And then what we're going to do, we're going to get a bow, we'll set a light to a bit of methylated spirits on a rag, and we're going to fire it onto your body and set a light to all the twigs just like that. We'll have to dose you in petrol first, otherwise it won't light, will it? You can drift that way. Lovely. That's what they're doing, a Viking burial? Something like that, isn't it? Oh, that's what you want. Okay. We'll have to plan it, all right? Yeah. You got a date fixed yet? You'll be able to fix a date soon, in the UK, with these euthanasia, end of life. Some idiot phoned up on one of these programs, going on about the cost of who's going to do it. The NHS are too busy. How are they going to do these terminations and stuff? Euthanasia. How are they going to do it? It's going to cost a huge amount of money and stuff. Yeah, but what about that money they'll save in palliative care? In fact, we don't have the people to actually perform the palliative care. So if it was an economic thing, I would have thought economically it's obviously beneficial. And I've seen enough of my family members die, cancer and stuff like that, and it is the worst way to go. It's horrendous. To the point where you're just totally out of it and just massive syringe behind your head on the machine, being squeezing in to keep you out of it and get rid of the pain and stuff. Morphine, and then you just die. It's just a horrendous way to go, isn't it? My dad had cancer. He died of cancer. It's just vicious. My mum died of cancer. It's just vicious. Friends of ours died of cancer, bowel cancer, and it's it'll get you. My auntie, she died of breast cancer. She had one breast mastectomy, and then 10 years later, so she got given the next 10 years, and then she all basically took over her body, and then she passed away. But palliative care, there's nothing really palliative about it. It's not great, is it? It's not a way to go, is it? And then dementia, which is a bit of a tricky one, even with euthanasia and stuff, is going to be quite a tricky one. End of the day, although my Wally died on my bed, but my Wally dog is, we do it for dogs, don't we? For animals, so much more humane. Now, when we had to put our cat down, if no one's had an animal put down, okay, it's so it's not a nice environment, obviously, because it's the vet, but it's such a peaceful thing. Basically, they just put them to sleep, as in sleep. And then they stop the heart. So it's just they basically just gone out. It's the kindest way. It really is. And we should allow something like that for humans. There obviously got to be strict guidelines and stuff and criteria. And all these people saying, "Oh, crikey, it's going to be the wrong direction. It's going to be the start of everything going really wrong, and then it'll be, and we'll be hanging people for." Murder and stuff like that will be next. It's just stupid arguments. My partner Marion died of melanoma. That's my dad had a melanoma. The hospice staff just upped the morphine dose until she was unconscious. Sorry, mate, but yeah, I'm seeing it myself, and I'm sure many people have as well. It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't see why we're even arguing it. I just think something that we should do. We need strict guidelines and rules around it. Obviously, you've got to legislate in a way that is foolproof. But it's not just humane. It's about dignity in it. When you get that ill and that's sick, your family members are having to clean you up and stuff. Or you're in hospital or something being cleaned up. It's just so undignified. It's not a way to go. It's not. And see, the other thing about this is that don't we want to be memorized for the people that we were instead of that last memory, that last. Like my mum, she was basically she died in her bed after a morphine injection, and that's the first memory I have in my head of my mum. It shouldn't be. There's so many positive memories. Once we knew, I think really it should have been swifter. It should have been. There's lots of other conditions like that, isn't there? And some people just got such a horrendous time. Some of these fibromyalgia groups, crikey, I don't even realise it's fibromyalgia. I know it's not an invisible illness. It's invisible. In fact, you can't really diagnose it very easily. But it is crippling. I tell you, the days that I've had now, I just can't move. barely walk. Come off a horse. And there's people out there got a darn sight worse than I've got it. And it's got very high suicide rate. So a lot of people, knock themselves off because of fibromyalgia. I'm not saying that should be allowed on, for euthanasia and stuff like that, but some people are really suffering out there, just day-to-day life. And things with fibromyalgia, you can get it in your 20s if you're not careful. Obviously, I'm in 20s, you see. I've been hitting flea markets for vintage hi-fi. Oh, nice one. Fortunately, there are still shops here who work in it. You might find if you get like an amplifier and stuff like that, because I've done it before, where you have to change the potentiometers and stuff like that because they get a bit gummed up. But some of them sound so good. If you get a valve one, get a valve state. Not valve state, valve state, it's got transistors. No, an actual valve amplifier for your moves, for your hi-fi. Sounds so good. Well, you've got to remember, anything that is audio, you're talking analog. You speak in analog. Okay, I'm picking that up in analog. Then it's been converted into digital. Then it's been sent over as a digital format. And then they get converted back into analog and then sent it recoded again to get sent up to YouTube. But when you get a proper pure sound and it's just in one end and out at the other end, and it's only going for one process, it's clean. It's really clean. Not digitized, not artificial sounding. That's one of the reasons I love vinyl. Yeah, there's still quite a bit out there, actually. Yeah, a lot of people got in the attic still. My old deck there, that AWR deck there, that's 1970s. I had it a long time. I wasn't new when I got it. It was used. I would like to get a Lynn Bastille or something like that, but they're very expensive. Yeah, number 3, that must be horrible for you, mate. The not 2010 Care Act blocked, I think. That's interesting. I might look into that. Thanks, Alistair. I haven't seen that. I've been laughing at the Beatles cartoon. It's funny when you think about the episodes. I haven't seen that. Beatles cartoon. Yeah, sorry about that, but number 3. Crikey. They shoot horses? Who do? I hope not. Oh, they do. You euthanize them. I don't think they shoot necessarily these days, unless you're talking to the farmers. They probably do. But no, I imagine he's a big needle. We'll do these a bolt gun. Those things are horrendous, they are. I'm sticking to vinyl. Vinyl can last ages. Cassettes, not so much. Also, CDs, they don't last. They get fungus. And MP3s, regarding digital, no digital drive lasts forever. They deteriorate. They lose their ability to store information. Amount of times I pulled a drive out of the drawer, whether it be a mechanical drive or even an old thumb drive or something like that, and try to shit up the machine, and it wouldn't even see it. And then you've got to go through all sorts of rigmarole to try and find your files on there. Bit rot. Don't break that one. Very, 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 very. CDs get vinyl rot. If you look around the CDs, laminate, isn't it? You've got the lazy bit in between 2 pieces of plastic, and you've got the outside edge that is basically potentially you can get all nasty shit go in there. And if they get damp at all, you get fungus coming in from the outside edges. I've got a few here like that as well. I've got all the old demos and stuff. I've got some original like Leonie Lewis demos and stuff that she sent us, and Shouting for Girls and various other bands and that, Stolers and a few others. We just get a hell of a lot of boxes of them. I'll go through that. They're probably worth something, aren't they? The only vinyls I have are Queen and Status Quo. British rock at its best. I've got Queen, I've got Status Quo. And Rolling Stones. And various others. I've got a few new ones as well. A lot of Jack White stuff. Oh, the Doors. You have the German Doors. I've got German Sex Pistols. What did Pagan say? What's he say? The only vinyls I have. Oh, got you. Oh dear. Well, I've done 2 hours now. I promised Mrs. Austin you're going to do 2 hours today. So I'm going to call that a night. I'm sort of waffling on at the moment anyway, aren't I? But yeah, I hope everyone can sort of like lift themselves up a bit, really, and sort of, because everything's a worry at the moment. And then obviously this threat of war in Ukraine, World War III and stuff on the verge of that. And with these Storm Shadow missiles and stuff from the UK is painting us a target. And I don't see what choice we should. What we should have done. NATO should have stepped up at the beginning. Should have done. All we've done is wait, and Trump is so far down that old rabbit hole now, isn't he? It's very difficult for him to crawl his way out. Not Trump, Putin. Oh, they're the same thing, aren't they, to be fair? Don't have faith in regulators. Depends who the regulators are, isn't it? It's just who they're regulating for. Are they regulating for the good of the people, or are they regulating for the good of corporations? I mean, went for 20 quid in 3 days. God. Store guy was very pleased. Yes, I bet he was. Yeah, I got a friend of mine who used to work for EMI. He lives in France, and he had so much stuff when the EMI factory closed down. So many originals and the plates and stuff. The presses and stuff, and he got rid of them all. Like hundreds of them. Anyway, it's time for me to go, so I'm going to say toodaloo, toodaloo. And don't stress. It's not worth it. What? Phil has Freddy on his thumbnails. What? Anyway. Yes. Life's full of shits and giggles. Just go out and find them. There is good stuff out there, and there's good people out there as well. It's not all bad. It's not. It's you just got to look a bit harder now. So anyway, thanks again for everyone. Thank you for the super chats and stuff, and thanks for the memberships as well. Brilliant, excellent. And my Pandora, she's whinging and whining. Crikey! I'll just give you treats. Oh, is that what you're telling me? Right. What? So they're only little, she says. They're only little. Right. Anyway, toodaloo. Not toodaloo, toodaloo. Oh, dear. Have a lovely week. Oh, by the way. Oh, hang on. Before I get... Oh, crikey. Do you know what I forgot to do? Thanks to the spanners tonight. The mods. Much appreciated. I do appreciate when you come on here. I really do. And sometimes, it's, when people... I have like one mod on there and they work like overtime and stuff until somebody else pops in. And it's really do appreciate it. I do. Because you're giving up some of your time and you're participating as well, aren't you? So it's pretty cool. But it's nice. It really is nice. It's nice that people will stick around, really, anyway. So have a lovely day. Well, tomorrow, next day. Anyway, a week. Till next time, toodaloo. Don't forget to hit the old like button if you haven't done so already.